What is going on, everyone? All right. Anyway, it's all good. What is going on, everybody? Good evening, everyone. It is the season 10, episode 7 episode of the Run and Gun podcast. We got new president discussions, and the NFL schedule dropped. NBA's got big news coming out in the last 72 hours, like league-altering news, big injury. Tough on that one. But it's going to be interesting to see how that works out with the NBA. NHL is coming up into the conference finals. Some changes are going to be coming soon. We'll talk about that. So, a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm Ace, and, dude on my left.
JPs. We timed it right.
Okay, we gotta get like down. You know what I mean? It's all good.
All right, so I'll just say we gotta practice. We'll just practice one day. That's all.
Yeah, we got internet lag. It's all good. You can never get down perfect.
Yeah. See, that's all it is. But yeah, like you said, man, we got a good episode for y'all tonight. Definitely gonna discuss the president search and who should truthfully be the next president, or the 13th president at Florida A&M. Because, man, I just hope tomorrow goes well when they make the final decision. Also going to talk about the NFL schedule tonight, of course. We're going to talk about the playoffs, both NHL and NBA, as well too. A little bit of take it or leave it. We'll see if Ace takes or leaves what we have on the table tonight. Funny thing too is I'm going to share with Ace tonight too a little something that was, I think, a little like cutthroat that happened over social media. But we're going to discuss all of it. Plus, we'll even discuss too the college schedules as the game times came out as well for those. So we'll be discussing a couple of things tonight. So by all means, as you know, leave a comment. We would love to hear from you, even those of you, if you know someone that has it that's not watching this podcast, I think tonight would be the night for them to come chime in. This would be a very informative discussion to start off the night. So yes, by all means. Ace, before we get started, you got anything?
Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, as JP said. And nah, I got nothing. Just run the intro. Let's get going.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is JP.
This is Ace.
This is Dalton.
And you are listening to
the Run and Gun podcast.
All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. While we do get started tonight, we're going to just go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I believe that is the link. I think that's the link. Is that the link? This is the link for the survey for Marva Johnson, or not Marva. Was it? Is it Marva Johnson? Yeah, it's Marva Johnson, the one that's unfit to be president of FAMU.
That's crazy to be unfit. Yeah. Like, what did you do to be listed unfit? That's just insane,
dude. The thing is like,
what is the baggage?
Man, look. Apparently, and I'm going to show this picture of the board of trustees too soon, and all their emails. But yes, she's Republican. Yes, we get that. But the thing is the fact that you're Republican but also unfit to be working in education, that is the problem that a lot of people have. And then when presented with questions, you can't answer the questions properly. Oh, Ace, I have so much to catch you up on, my friend.
Yeah, I've been busy, man. I have
Dude,
no idea what the hell's going on.
Hold on. Just hold on. I got you. I'm going to fill you in on this. I feel like it's better just to...
There's a lot of tea to be dropped. I'm gonna
yeah.
just sit here and just wait for my tea.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
The young man earlier made a comment about not understanding why the FAMU Law School was taken. It was taken because of Jim Crow racism. That's why it was taken. And the concern that many of us have right now is not that you're a Republican. FAMU has had other leaders who have been affiliated with the Republican Party. The concern is that in this current climate, where you have a governor who is anti-woke, anti-critical race theory, anti-DEI, following the lead of his president, who does the same things. What happens when we all know that right now, Florida State University across the street already has a medical school. Florida State University is trying to take over the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. What happens if Florida State University starts to covet the School of Allied Health, the School of Nursing, the pharmacy school, just like it did in 1968? The young man earlier made a...
And I also have her reply.
Just because I say something and I say it with passion doesn't make it true.
Exactly. Hey, look. Look.
I don't know the context of this to speak accurately on it, but like,
so
like even like with the history of like Florida State and all that, but Lord, yeah, that's just wild.
You have a comment.
They found me. It's all good.
Oh, they found you. I don't even want to know. But oh, okay, there we go. All right, but essentially, that young gentleman or that gentleman is talking about how Florida State's basically trying to take over the hospital. FAMU had a medical school, but it had a hospital, had to close down. FAMU's law school is supposed to be in Tallahassee, but it is not. FAMU's law school is supposed to be, it's supposed to be in Tallahassee, but it's not. But instead, it's in Orlando. FAMU was forced to have to join I believe it's the School of Engineering with Florida State, and basically, they're trying to ask, like, how do they prevent pharmacy, School of Nursing, how do they prevent that from happening? That's basically what was said here. Now, if you would like further context as far as getting into those details.
No, I think I have a general idea of how it's going to go. That's just wild. That's all I can say. Yeah. It's the times we be living in. But I understand both sides of the whole thing, It's kind of like they want to keep it so they have their own sections.
Mm-hmm.
And there's its own heritage and its own culture with it. Yeah, like tradition. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So here, this is why. So I'll read it aloud for those that are probably not able to see their phones right now or see their social media devices. The College of Law's rich tradition of excellence dates back to the original founding on December 21st, 1949. A division of law was established at the then Florida A&M College, and the first class was admitted in 1951. In 1966, the Florida Board of Control, later known as the Board of Regents, withdrew its permission from the institution to admit law students. And 2 years later, the law school graduated its last class and closed the doors. Between 1954 and 1968, the law school graduated 57 students, men and women, who have gone on to make significant contributions to the legal profession, both within the state and throughout the nation. The 2004 legislature unanimously, I'm not sure what that word says, but
you can't scroll past, I assume.
Yeah, I would say
In 2000, the Florida legislature unanimously passed legislation establishing a law school at Florida. I'm assuming that's what the rest of that says.
yeah, Florida University. And on June 14th, 2000, Governor Jeb Bush signed a bill into law. The College of Law admitted its first class in the fall of 2002. The degree of Juris Doctor was conferred upon members of the first class and reestablished the law school. And on April 30th, 2005, in Tallahassee, Florida, the College of Law opened its in its permanent location in January 2006. The $30 million building was designed by Rhodes and Brito Architects, where partners Max Brito.
All right, that's just like details about the building.
Yeah, but it goes deeper. The four-story building,
full accreditation in July 2009 and reaccredited in 2014. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, my basketball coach graduated from FAMU College of Law, so that's kind of
really.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that.
No, you never told me that.
I would have swore I told you that, bro.
I didn't know that. Well, but yeah, the law library occupies half of the space and features 300,000 volumes, one of the largest civil rights collections in the Southeast, and the volumes from the original College of Law that were given to Florida State in the late 1960s. That's the part right there. Given.
Oh, we know what was going on in the 60s in the U.S. and the 50s.
Dude, man. My main thing is this. Where is it at? Let me go ahead and find it. Where is it at? Because I'm going to find this and it needs to be said. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Are we really about to let someone that looks like this be the next president?
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
No,
what did she do to her face? I'm sorry.
This is what happens when you want to be with the other side.
I'm not.
She's a plant.
In my head.
Just know what it. Dude, she is a plant by Ron DeSantis. That's what she is.
Get out. Anyways.
Did you just say get out?
No, I said that too, but I was gonna say sell out. But okay, that works too.
Oh, dude, hardcore.
All right. Yeah, the president stuff, that's above my pay grade. I don't get paid. But like that kind of stuff, like especially with the history of that lady, I'd be kind of suspect. Especially when you're a culture rich school, you know, as an HBCU, you're very like culturally rich in it. Like you don't want to go and put somebody there who's gonna jeopardize what you already built and try to regress you back. You know what I mean? You want to keep progressing. Yeah. You don't want to regress. That's all I gotta say on that topic of discussion.
As I share all these people's emails. So basically, yes, get in touch with these board of trustees people before they make this final decision tomorrow. Email them, let them know that
hurt my finger.
You will not stand for what's about to happen. So one thing I will say, I watched Off Script show the other night, the other day, and I listened to one of his callers. Which honestly, yeah, we need to figure out a way to get callers on the show, or take phone calls on the show.
Do you try as a platform that live streams off Twitter? You want to have a call in?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it.
I wouldn't say no, but I would think long and hard about some of the ones. You gotta like. I'm just saying. Yeah. Sometimes you might get a troll in here once in a while, but it might be electric too. So you never know. But I'm sorry. I still can't get over the fact that she says just because I said something doesn't mean I mean it. Like what the? I'm sorry. My brain's still stuck on that part. That I think. That line by itself should disqualify you. Now I see why you mean like you're not fit, bro. Once you say that, bro.
And moving on now. The thing is like, again, because I watched Off Script show the other night and I listened to one of the callers, and FAMU is a very woke place. FAMU has the Black Archives. FAMU has Coleman Library, which is the same building where their College of Law originally was supposed to be. And someone said, if she gets in, what's stopping her? Because, basically DeSantis and his plants and even his president are the same people going around getting rid of certain things, wiping out certain aspects of history. And someone said, what's stopping her from the possibility of going into Coleman Library and throwing out years of history? And I thought about that, and I was like, oh my God, that's so true. I'm like, this lady cannot get in there. Cannot. Because again, what's stopping her from throwing stuff like that out? Historical archives. What's stopping her from possibly going in there and removing the Black archives that is on that campus? Because I've been to the Black archives. I've seen it. It's worth going. I have to take you, Ace. I've also been to the one at Howard, but it's like, yeah, dude, this lady can't get in. Personally, now I will say, if I had to give a pick for who I would want, I want good old Hector. That's who I'm for. That is who I'm for. That's who I would prefer them to go after. Gerald Hector, who is a UCF administrator, who is currently in the running now for the FAMU presidency. I think
Doesn't Jackson State have the same stuff going on too, right? They have to get a new president.
No, well, they've been having pornos within the president's office. Don't get an STD. But anyway, I love how oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. But, yeah, hey, look, yeah, Shannon Sharp ain't the only one getting his Tootsie in a tingle. But,
bruh, I was not mentally prepared for the discussion we were going to have today, I guess.
You must not have been. Hey, to be real, you brought that up first. But I gave you an answer. I'll leave it at that. But nevertheless,
let's get back to some sports talks, but I've had enough.
I'll say this.
I don't think I can talk no more about this, bro. What?
I'll say this. Email the board of trustees, the chair, all the way to the last person on the list. These are the emails before you. If you're watching this, screenshot this, type down these emails, get in touch with them. Honestly, if you ask me, I think a lot of them need to go, personally. Because, look, the fumbling with contracts, the fact that, some of these people, it seems like, have already been bought off for this. Like, dude, come on. I'm telling you now, man. Gerald Hector is the guy I think needs to be the next president. And you need to take this DeSantis plant and get her out of here. And now I finally bring it to sports. When I say this, by the way, shout out to FAMU's women's track team, school's 201st conference title. When I say this, what have we always talked about with the presidents, the ADs, and the head coaches? President, head coach, AD. All three have to have the same vision for an athletic department and for a university. We've always said this. When you sit down and you listen, and when you've listened to both these people on the Zoom calls and on the Skype calls, when you listen to Gerald Hector, he proposed a plan for athletics to get money, for the university to get money, to get funding. You sit down, you listen to Marva talk, you don't really get presented with that. You didn't hear anything that pertained to oh, well, there's a plan for athletics, there's a plan for being competitive in this and that and the other. No, you get the statement that you just got from her that was uneducated.
Just because I said it doesn't mean I mean it.
I know. It. And then I didn't even show you this picture. Oh, good God. I didn't even show you this picture here. This
JP's just
happened.
trying to break into like a full blown laugh tonight, guys.
I'm turning it into a full blown what?
Oh my!
When I tell you generational disappointment,
She feels. I feel like she could be like the main character in a horror movie. Not the main character. The main scare, whatever they're called.
She looks like one of the people from Get Out who got their brain opened up and stuff and got control. That's what she looks like. And I feel like grandma in the back there. Like
grandma giving her the meanest look. Oh my God.
Dude, generational disgust. That's what that is. Generational disgust.
I can't believe she's even in the running. That's crazy.
She shouldn't be. Dude, the students, the alums have ripped her to shreds.
The fact that everybody hates her besides is it like the board of trustees who won her?
Honestly, for the fact that they've probably already been bought off.
Who even wants this? Like, there's gotta be some sketchiness going on, bro. Like, if nobody likes her besides the people's money, like, there's a reason. That's wild, though.
And the thing is, hey, look, this is not the only place where this has happened at. Like, University of Florida apparently has been going through the same thing with DeSantis plants. Trying to erase history. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. They're trying to get rid of everything DEI, everything woke.
It's funny, though, about the DEI part, because, I mean, they own people benefits from it, too. The white women don't benefit just as much as DEI. That's the funny part about that. But, that's like, they want to get rid of it. Like, they would be out of jobs, too. Anyways. Ah, God. Fam, you got the announcement for the Orange Blossom Classic time, right?
They got the announcement for the Arkansas Pine Bluff game.
Oh, I know one of them got announced. I don't remember which one. Right now,
it was
my brain's kind of distracted from that.
Oh, because of Bag of Marva.
That face! Oh my God, I can't get over that face.
God, you're gonna see that face. Yeah. You're gonna see that face in your nightmares now, huh?
Bruh, that's like I can't do that. Anyways, all right. Back to sports talk. So let me lock in here.
All right.
Back in. All right, we're locked in. All right, let's talk about these kickoff times before we move on. It's already 23 minutes in.
All right. So as far as kickoff times go for the SWAC, what we've got so far is MEAC SWAC Challenge Saturday, August 23rd. That kicks off at 6:30 in Atlanta. Southern and North Carolina Central. Still to date, no team has ever started in Atlanta and finished in Atlanta. So North Carolina Central, Southern, I hate to say it, but I think these two teams you kind of write them off. North Carolina Central is going to be a good team this year, I think, but yeah.
I don't think they're making it this year.
I don't either. I think it's going to probably be someone else. Also, too, Prairie View and Texas Southern open the season up 8 p.m. Saturday, August 30th. So those are your two kickoff times for opening weekend that are set. Ooh, Willie Simmons gets Friday, August 29th. Willie Simmons gets Bethune-Cookman again.
B2A coming.
Yep, another blowout. And I think with that, we can go ahead and go over to college football, or the rest of college football too. So As well with that, we have other games that are lined up for kickoff time. So USF and Boise State in Tampa
That
at
was a terrible
5:30.
time. That was a
Really?
terrible
Yeah,
time.
honestly, that is because you got people just getting off.
Like 5:30 on a Thursday in the summer. Like, who scheduled that? I feel bad for even Boise State because then people, like, the fans are going to be, like, still at work.
They're gonna be trying
It's
to
going to
get.
be, like, what, 2:30, 3:30 or whatever? I don't know what time. Mountain time, maybe? So 2:30 or 3:30? 3:30.
But it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
3:30.
and then the thing is, you
That's
got to
great.
factor in too. What if the Rays? What if the Rays have a game that day? Like that's gonna be just hectic.
Traffic's going to be zoo. Well, then again, USF doesn't really have a whole lot of fans sometimes.
Oh no,
Boise State does.
They do, but I mean, they're not traveling down this way for a weekday game, and this is post Astringenti, which I mean, but honestly, heck, they probably still have somebody else too that can go in there and play. But also, too, Texas and Ohio State were playing at noon. Ohio State's legislators trying to come up with a plan to say it's a felony to plant flags, and they're going
Ohio State legislation is the most unserious government I've ever seen. Don't take anything they be doing like literal because like they just be I don't even want to say it. They just be making them nonsense. The ones like they want to make it illegal for ESPN to make games 12 o'clock. Like they just be coming up with anything.
They really do. It's the dumbest thing. If I'm a Michigan player when I go there in 2026, I'm planting the flag when we beat them. I'm planting the flag, and and the school probably is going to pay my bail.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
don't matter.
It really doesn't.
It's just cool. Stupid.
It's just crazy.
It's whatever.
The other games.
I'm curious to see how this season goes for all the teams.
Oh no, same. I mean, and that's a playoff rematch, and it could be a playoff game later on too. The other one's Tennessee and Syracuse. That's a good opening game for Tennessee. It's a good spot to see where they're at. The one that I'm curious to see too, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to see it because of the Orange Blossom Classic possibly starting at 3:00. Alabama and Florida State at 3:30 inside Doak, and someone was like, "You're going to make a game in August, at the end of August, early September, at 3:30 in North Florida." Someone was like, "It's going to be hot as the devil's crotch that day," and everyone thought that this would be Lee Corso's final game, for like doing College Game Day and everything. It's not. It'll be at LSU and Clemson. I'm assuming he's going to get College Game Day. But I mean, honestly, with that one, that to me, if I had to post this one, the most interesting game on the slate is, I mean, outside of for me the Orange Blossom Classic, I would say is Alabama Florida State, because
I think I'd say Ohio State Texas.
That's a close second for me. That's a close second.
I'm only saying that because I'm very interested to see. I don't even know who's starting for Ohio State at quarterback.
That's why it's like a second.
It's not Devin Smith, is it, or whatever his name is?
I'm not sure, but it's like somebody's going to have to be throwing the ball to Jeremiah Smith.
I'm pretty sure it's. I think I know who it is. Let me just make sure.
But while he does that,
is
it who?
Julian Sand. I assume it's him. Let me see.
Yeah, while he's trying to find that, I say Florida State, Alabama, because you got Ty Simpson at quarterback for Alabama. You still got Jam Miller and company on offense, but for Florida State, Thomas Castellanos, who's recently been getting a lot of praise from Mike Norvell.
They haven't.
They haven't.
Sorry to interrupt, but they haven't said who's the actual starting quarterback going to be by week 1 yet, or week 0 yet. It's between Julian Sayin and Lincoln Kienholz. That's just like the most oral-less duo I've ever heard of.
Interesting. But I mean, honestly,
two bombs on that move. Michigan's going to beat them.
What about Texas?
Jeremiah Smith's going to put up big numbers, but those quarterbacks are trash.
Hey, We'll see. But yeah, I mean,
it's not like you
honestly,
have Quinshon Judkins, Travion Henderson running it behind you. Now,
that's
Cardinal Tate and Jeremiah Smith is probably one of the best wide receiver duos, but
yes.
I'm not moved by those quarterbacks. Arch Manning, let's see what he does against that defense. If he does better than what Quinn Ewers was doing last year.
Right. Oh, hold on 1 sec. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, dude, I'm still going with out of this right here. I'm going with Florida State, Alabama. I've just having been to that ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Day. I saw an Alabama team that didn't look like itself, and then there's still questions about Florida State for me as far as like what do they look like? Everybody's saying, 1 minute people are saying, "Oh, Thomas Castellanos is throwing ducks in practice." The next minute, Mike Norvell's praising him. So it's like you don't know what to believe. So it's
I'm gonna say, y'all see that LSU Clemson line? Slam Clemson, man. LSU in opening week games are horrible with that bum boy Brian Kelly. So
oh yeah, you got a point.
give
Ooh,
me Clemson in that game, boy. Ooh, that's gonna be fun though. Cade Klubnik versus Garrett Nussmeier. It's gonna be two top quarterbacks in the draft dueling, but I expect Clemson to win that game. It's gonna be fun though.
Interesting you say that. Yeah, so Ohio State favored by 3 already by Vegas. Tennessee favored by 12.5. Clemson favored by 2.5. Alabama. This actually the money line moved for this one. Or the spread moved actually in the past couple of days. Alabama favored by 12.
I mean, it's still 2 months to that game. All these games are still 2 months away. So no, 3 months away. My bad. Matt's off. 3 months away.
South Carolina favored by 9.5 against Virginia Tech. They have, and then let me see about Miami. Yeah, then Notre Dame and Miami. That's going to be another one. That's going to be high impact. Notre Dame favored by 2.5 against Miami, week 1. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm still sticking with it. Yeah, Alabama, Florida State. I don't know. I watched that game and I had so many question marks about Alabama coming out of it that I'm just like, I don't know about because I told myself I'm like if Alabama plays like this from what I saw against Michigan when they go to Tallahassee on a hot day, Florida State could beat them depending on if Florida State comes out looking like they did in 2023 or Florida State might make it competitive early but then get out overrun like they did last season. So I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen there. But I do like Notre Dame and Miami, though. I like that one.
That'll be fun, too. South Carolina, let's see what Sellers does, too. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say that's true. I was saying that's your boy.
Oh, yeah. We are selling for Sellers, in my opinion. That it's like, how they had Tank for Tour or whatever, Tank for Trevor or whatever it was. Yeah, we're selling for Sellers.
So let me ask you this now. Oh yeah, also Auburn's favored by 1.5 in that game against Baylor right now. Georgia Tech.
So we're still 3 months out. I'm not worried about like that. I'm just saying, like for Clemson, LSU specifically, just get Clemson already because it doesn't matter in 3 months anyway because it's still gonna be Clemson winning.
Oh yeah, dude. Honestly, I didn't even realize. I realized that. It's been like the first 3 games of the season. Yeah, it was 2022.
Lost FSU,
right?
lost to you.
Lost FSU, got beat by LSU got beat by FSU at a last second field goal blocked. 2023 got obliterated by Florida State and Orlando. 2024 lost to a USC team that had no business being on the field with you. And then here we go now. If Les Miles was leading them in there, I'd feel more confident about this.
Hell, even if Ed Orgeron was leading them, I'd be comfortable. I'm not moved by Brian Kelly. It was Brian Kelly's last year, I think.
I think so. Honestly, that's who. If anything ever happened, and they fired Brian Kelly, I feel like Joe Brady is going to be a tug of war between Cincinnati, the Bengals, and LSU for Joe Brady's services as the head coach.
Yeah, nobody's gonna turn down an NFL head coaching job for a college football head coaching job. Well, take it back. Saban did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But working with Joe Burrow or getting some scrub, I don't know.
Then that's the catalyst. And that's the catalyst.
Now the Bengals are a notoriously cheap organization, so that if you want to make the move to LSU because you know they're going to spend, then by all means do it. But all right, let's talk since that actually takes us straight into the NFL. Honestly,
yes, it does. It does. Oh, whoops, not the hot topics one. I don't know why that's up. I guess
I got a funny one though, but we'll talk about that in hot topics. I saw something funny. And
right.
it's NFL related, but I'm gonna save it for hot topics.
Ooh, okay, interesting. So
that's really funny.
Where's it at? We have the Thursday night football schedule laid out already because the schedules are out, and I like them for the most part. I mean, it's crazy how basically if you play for the Chiefs, you basically have no time with your family. Essentially, I think that's the wild
or the
part
Cowboys.
of this whole thing.
Kansas City only got one Thursday night game. That's kind of crazy. Unless one of them is blocked. No, they only got one.
Yeah, it's Christmas night. That's it.
That's kind of wild. Dallas got 3, which I thought was insane.
Dallas has they have Thanksgiving, December 4th.
Thanksgiving is not shown on this, but
right.
They have Thanksgiving and then they have the one after that, and then they have another one somewhere else, I think.
Wait a minute.
But it might be like not a Amazon exclusive. It might be somewhere else has it. Right. I know they have 3 games. I just don't know where they're on.
They play on Christmas Day. That was the other one. They do play on Christmas Day because it's right here. Oh wait, let me go back. Whoops. Oh my gosh. There it is right there. They play the Commanders on Christmas.
They have 3 Thursday night games, which is kind of crazy.
I'm telling you, man, that's insane. You basically are away from your family for 2 holidays. 3, technically the Cowboys have what? Because they have to go play the Eagles as well for the opener. Because outside of this Sunday night slate right here, week 1 on Thursday night with the Sunday Night Football crew, Dallas goes to Philadelphia to see the Eagles raise the banner. The second banner since Dallas's last Super Bowl at that. So that's what? 4 Thursday night games for the Cowboys?
Yeah, Dallas has opening night.
Opening night, Thanksgiving, Christmas, plus December.
And then there's another one. And the one before one after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, December 4th. Dude, that's brutal. And players already hate Thursday night games. They hate them. That's terrible. Golly.
George Pickens on multiple primetime games. So what could go wrong?
You already saw what he did on Sunday night last year.
I'll say this though, the Steelers Jets Week 1 game is gonna be so funny.
Oh my! I hope. Where's it at?
I need the Jets to win that game so bad.
Oh, it's not on here. It's not on this slate.
Nah, it's a regular time game. But Jets Steelers is Week 1. Like if Aaron Rodgers gets signed to the Steelers, I just need Justin Fields to beat the absolute living crap out of the Steelers.
Nothing would be more satisfying, honestly. I really hope that he does. I hope that Aaron Rodgers does go to Pittsburgh, and I really, really do hope that he just flat out sticks it. Just stick it to the Steelers, man. I really hope he does, because
now, to be fair, the Steelers defense is still good, so it could end very badly for him statistically.
Yes,
which is not good. But Steelers don't have a good corner to. They got Joey Porter Jr., so that could help against Garrett Wilson. But I don't know. Their linebackers aren't exactly the greatest to go keep up with Fields scrambling. So,
Yeah,
It was gonna be funny. That's probably the most interesting week 1 game in my opinion.
I'm looking forward to the whole thing, man. For me, I mean, the most intriguing week 1 matchup, if I had to pick one, I'm going with, you know, it's a lot of decent ones on here. The most intriguing one, in my opinion, Ravens Bills on Sunday Night Football. That first one right there, because I mean,
I
you
don't
got to
know
think
why
about
they
it.
would put them so early because you're guaranteeing one of them to start 0-1.
I mean, it's like what they did with it's like what they did last year with the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yep.
Guaranteed one of them starting, 0-1. You know what I thought about too when I went back and looked at some highlights from 2024 with the Ravens. The Ravens started the season the same way they ended it, losing the game in a tight end's hands.
Now, to be fair, Isaiah likely cut the ball. His toe was too big.
That's true. This is true.
Now Mark Andrews just flat out sold it.
Yeah, he did. Golly, man. And you can see the
I really
frustration.
hope Lamar. I really hope Lamar makes it to the Super Bowl this year.
I'm telling you, I honestly, like I told everyone last year, or at the end of last season, I think that was
The
that might have
chance.
been it. That might have been it.
It wasn't even like he started off rough, but like, he played to win that game. It was Mark Andrews just sold
Yep.
so bad.
That's what I'm saying now. I'm like, if not
Like
now,
Zay Flowers sold it in the AFC Championship game for him the year before, with that taunting call, and then Mark Andrews sold it again this year with the drop 2-point conversion. Like,
tell you, man.
shout out Derrick Henry though for getting paid though. That was good for him at least. At least he's getting paid.
Yeah. If not now, when I know Lamar said when he got drafted, that the Ravens would get a Super Bowl out of him. I thought last year was the year. So that's yeah.
Now, if he doesn't win it this upcoming year, I think he might need to leave Baltimore to get it. Kind of like how Stafford had to leave Detroit to get it.
Yeah, and the thing is he's not getting any younger because
he's what 29. I mean, Drew Brees didn't win his ring until 30, but Drew Brees' play style also let him play longer than what Lamar's is. But Lamar's a pretty good pocket passer now.
Oh yeah, Lamar's the same age as me, so he's 28, 2 years away from 30.
Yeah, because Brees won when he was 30, so like, I mean, it's not like it's all done for him per se, but like.
One thing I will say is, you just gotta. If you're Lamar, you gotta get there. You gotta find a way to get there because it's like right now is the time to strike while the iron's hot. I think you can take advantage of Kansas City. I think you can find a way to get if you can find a way to get past Buffalo. Something's got to get.
No, I think Josh Allen would be winning that MVP after that Sinners movie came out.
Jesus. What is wrong?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, that's enough to make a grown man go insane for that, but that might be demon time coming up.
Man. Oh Jesus.
And Buffalo's offense, you got a second-year Keon Coleman, you got some more wide receivers in the building, James Cook. I don't even know if they figured out that contract yet. Dalton Kincaid another year, like.
True.
I think Buffalo could be better than what they were last year for sure.
I think so too. Now, as far as the Christmas Day slate goes, again, Kansas City at home. It's funny too how this works out. So when you go
I
look
think
at
the home team wins every Christmas game. Maybe Detroit steals it from Minnesota, but otherwise, I
Hey,
think the home team wins it.
the Steelers were home last year on Christmas. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think one team steals it, maybe, but otherwise, it's pretty good chance the home.
Because honestly, I think what's going to happen here is on Thanksgiving, I think the Packers, for some reason,
Oh, this one is what I'm talking about.
the
No,
Lions
the
never
other one.
win Thanksgiving. I think the Packers are going to win that. Honestly, Cowboys never play well on Thanksgiving themselves.
Chiefs won that game.
Yeah. This one
And
right
Ravens
here,
Bengals is going to be a showdown.
yeah. Now that one I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure as of right now. I'm not sure.
That game might be like 40, 42, 38 or something like that. Or 41-38.
Now this one here, I think Jaden Daniels runs.
Washington wins it. Detroit might win it. Probably Minnesota. I don't know. And Kansas City.
Yeah. I do expect a better effort from Denver with this one.
Yeah.
But I think Kansas City is going to find a way like they normally do. Because I mean, by this point here, it's like essentially they're playing to just wrap up a number 1 seed and secure it at that point. So yeah, but other than that, before we do move on to hot topics, let me ask you now, what is your most intriguing Monday Night Football game this season?
Let me go through all the games before I say it. I'm going to start from the back end of the schedule. Nope. Damn, them Monday night games at the end of the season are terrible.
I actually see one I like in the middle of the season.
Washington KC is a fun one.
Yes.
Bucks Lions is going to be fun. Bucks Texans is going to be fun.
Yep.
Jags Chiefs might be a sneaky good one. Broncos Bengals will be good. The early half of the season, the Monday night games are promising. Once November 17th hits, it gets pretty ugly, in my opinion. Like, we don't want to see San Francisco. I don't like watching San Francisco. I'm gonna be real. I really don't like watching San Francisco at all. They just annoy me. Giants Patriots. Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, no, that one's gonna be
I think the Patriots win that game. Eagles Chargers might be sneaky good. Dolphins Steelers is gonna be disgusting.
You know what's gonna be funny?
49ers Colts is gonna be disgusting. Rams Falcons is nasty. Yuck.
You know what's gonna be funny? What if that game on December 29th? So the Bucks play the Dolphins that weekend.
That's for the NFC South.
And the Falcons need to win it at home to
win this out, and they
lose. And they lose again, and the Bucks end up winning the NFC South for a 5th straight year.
I think the Bucks win the 5th straight year anyway.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think so too. I think
people sleep on Carolina though. I think Carolina might make noise. I'm high on Carolina.
I said this walking out of Raymond James Stadium last year after the Bucks Saints game. Or no, it wasn't the Bucks Saints game. It was the Bucks. It was the Bucks in Carolina. No, wait, no, it was the Saints. It was the Saints because the Bucks played the Saints, and then Atlanta played Carolina, and Carolina went like tit for tat with the Falcons and beat.
Yeah, Bryce Young had like 5 TDs, and he was no looking touchdowns, and I'm like, oh yeah, this boy figured it out when he beat the Saints and got Dennis Allen fired. He figured it out.
Yeah.
They got another running back. I think they drafted one to help Chuba Hubbard. They got Jimmy Horn. I like Jimmy Horn. I like Ted McMillan. Gave Bryce some weapons there. Still got Leggett. Jatavion Sanders was looking decent at points. The defense is the biggest issue, but you're gonna get Shaq Thompson back. You're getting Derek Brown back. Panthers is a sneaky team there in the NFC for sure.
Oh yeah. So
no, I think the Saints are going to be the bottom of the NFC South. It don't matter. I'd prefer if they go like 3-14 or whatever it is. That'd be beneficial to me. But like, I could see them winning 5 games, 6 games.
So do you think the entire South will sweep the Saints?
No, Saints will win 1 or 2. They'll definitely split against Atlanta. They always split against Atlanta at worst. They won't get split by Atlanta. Carolina, they might split, but they'll get split by the Bucks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then again, Kellen Moore might figure something out. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
You know something that's wild that I noticed too on here? The Falcons, both their Monday night games are at home. And then for the Bucks and Carolina,
Both Monday nights are on the road.
You know what's funny? Let's look at Thursday night football or Sunday night football. Okay, they're both on the road here. Okay.
The Bucks get any home primetime games?
They have a home Thursday night game against Atlanta.
That's it. It's only one home primetime game.
Only
That's
one.
probably because of the Rays.
Yeah, and then you know what's funny about that too? Their home opener is the same day that the Rays have a game too. The Rays play at 12:30. The Bucks play at 1:00.
The traffic's gonna be a mess. That's the Jets game.
That's going to be crazy. I don't think a lot of people will turn out. I think, but
I think both games will get sold out. But like, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that game's gonna be a walk in the park for the Bucks.
What, the Jets one?
Yeah. People are writing up the Jets. I think the Jets are gonna be good this year.
I mean, I think they're going to be good defensively. Offensively, I don't know, but defensively, I think they're
offensively they got the players to be good. They just got to see if Fields figures it out. Because if Fields figures it out, you got Fields, Hall, and Braylon Allen running it, and then you got Fields throwing it to Garrett Wilson. I gotta check the Jets draft class. Did they draft a wide receiver? I really don't know.
Let's see.
I would just check Jets draft. I'm curious now. Oh, they got Mason Taylor too. Yeah, he's a dog. He's gonna be good for them. He's gonna be Fields' best friend. Mason Taylor's a dog.
Thomas too, out of Florida State. He's pretty good. He was like the lone bright spot. Oh, and they got Malachi Moore.
Arian Smith. They got Wow, they got some. Yeah, I really like this Jets draft.
And they got Francisco Muogia from Miami. Tyler Barron from Miami. They got Armand Mimbo from Missouri. Arian Smith.
Yeah, Mimbo's good. It's gonna be if Arian Smith can figure out how to catch a football, he'll be good.
You read my mind.
Now, most guys once they come in the league, they don't figure out how to catch a football. But if he does figure out how to catch a football, he'll be good.
If you'd have figured out how to catch a football at Georgia might have been playing Ohio State for the title.
Yep.
So, but I don't get it. I don't get it sometimes. Players.
That's wild.
I mean, honestly, it's crazy how if you get to the NFL just off of pure speed and not knowing how to catch a pass, dang, I mean, heck, me and you could go line up right now and go play in the NFL.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's wraps. I just checked the Texans draft. I was curious to check it out. I knew I was right to check it. They went and got this brother CJ Stroud some help big time. I like it. I like their draft a lot. Yes. They only got one offensive tackle. I thought they would have got more than one, but the one they got was really good. Ursiri from Minnesota, he's pretty good. But they went and got Higgins and Noel. Both are wide receivers. I really like both of them. Jalen Noel is good, and Jaden Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell's going to be out the whole year, and you went and got Higgins and Noel to put next to Nico Collins. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. And they also got Jalen Reed at safety now.
And Woody Marks.
Mm-hmm. They did good. When the Texans are on, the Texans are on. I think honestly, the Deshaun Watson faction, I think that is like what set them back a little bit. I feel like they were on their way, but then that happened. But now it's like I think that they realize we have a more mature team, a much better situation going on now than what we had before. So I think they'll be okay. All right, let's go over to top topic so we can get out of here for tonight.
You mentioned Deshaun Watson, and now I gotta mention it. He's getting married.
No, he's not. Stop
it. He is.
I don't even want to look it up. I don't even want to look it up.
Look it up. I'm dead serious, man.
I'm bringing up this background because not even for the fact I'm not Alex, but because of the fire pits of hell. Oh my god,
The fiery pits of hell, yeah. Hey. All right, hit me with the take it or leave it.
All right, so for your take it or leave it, here we go. Take it or leave it. Anthony Edwards will win his first NBA final or NBA title.
I'm taking it. That is the only team. If Denver loses tonight, I think I don't honestly, even if Denver somehow manages to come back down 3-2 against OKC, I still think Minnesota wins it. But I'm gonna take Minnesota to win the finals. I kind of want them to. I don't like Halliburton at all, and I definitely don't want to see either the Knicks or Celtics win it or OKC. So personally biased, I'm taking Anthony Edwards getting his first title this year.
That's fair. Actually, let's check it on and see who's up and who's not.
Denver's up 30-20 right now against OKC in the first quarter. Jamal Murray showed up, like I said, how many years ago it was now? 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago now I said it. I said it on here too. Said Denver, Jamal Murray is the driver of that car, man. They go as far as he will take them. Jokic is the engine. He will drive, like he like runs the car, but you can't win a race just with the car. You need a driver. And Jamal Murray's the driver. He hasn't played well the last 2 games, and they lost both of them. Big shocker there, not really. And tonight he came out. He's been scoring. He's got almost like scored an assist on almost all the points right now for them. So if he plays well, they go in. If he doesn't play well, they're going home.
Now the other one is the NFL should draw back on the number of international games.
I'm gonna leave it. It's good to grow the game, but I think by 2030, I think we're gonna get a team in London. I don't even think it'll be the Jet. I think by 2040, I think the NFL is gonna expand to 34 teams because it's kind of getting stagnant with 32. It's been 32 since what the
2002
Texans, right?
Texans came in because it was
it's been over 20 years at 32. I feel like
I think it's like the Bucks are the 27th franchise. Them and Seattle came in the league the same year in '76, and then after them you had I believe it was the Ravens came in, and the Ravens came in, the Jags came in, Carolina came in, all around the same time. So 27, 30. And then you had, I guess the 28th team was the Seahawks. So 7, 28, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then you had the Texans came in. They were the last team to come in. And I believe they were, the 32nd team. I think I'm probably messing up somewhere there. But yeah, the Titans moved from Houston to Tennessee, and then like Cleveland, of course, as well too, came back after going away for a little while, which is a weird, odd scenario. The Colts left Baltimore and then went to Indianapolis. So I mean, it's all over the place. The next one is, and I heard PK Subban mention this too. Take it or leave it, changes must happen within the organization if the Maple Leafs blow the series against Florida.
Okay, so when you say changes, I'm going to assume, I think I know what you mean. Anyways, there's going to be changes no matter what happens in the series anyway. I think Martin's leaving no matter what. But if they blow the series, you got to trade Austin Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get reverse swept by Florida. That's just embarrassing.
That is. Because they were up,
and it wasn't even like relatively close. They got blown out in 2 of those games.
Oh, dude.
They got shut out in 1 and blown out in the other.
Crazy. Because, when Florida leads the series, you have 3-2. At one point, Florida was down 2-1.
They were down 2-0. They went to Florida down 2.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And then you get reverse swept. That's just embarrassing. No other way to put it. Like the Lightning got bounced into 5, but like 2 of those games, like they were close.
Because someone said, "How would you rather?" Someone was saying, "How would you rather die? Would you rather die a slow, painful death, or like how the St. Louis Blues got beaten 7 in double overtime, or would you rather just die a quick, painful death like how the Lightning did in 5 games?"
I would say I would rather lose in 5 or lose in 7 than getting reverse swept. Reverse sweep is nasty.
Yeah.
That means you come up 2-0 and then you blow it like that. You lose 4 straight. That's just embarrassing.
I can get with that.
So,
let's see. This is the last one. OKC will win the NBA Finals if they can get past.
No.
Going against Sir Charles.
I can't let that analytic ball win the finals. The nerd ball can't win. Please don't let the nerd ball win.
Fair.
But then again, if OKC loses, they might just go screw around and trade for Giannis.
Yeah, they might. So yeah, Pacers and Knicks are essentially on the path to meeting for the first time.
You underestimate Derek White. You underestimate him. And you underestimate the New York Knicks' stupidity and choking abilities. I'll say this: if New York loses tomorrow night, Boston's going to the conference finals.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think what it was
7. Like, Boston's winning Game 7.
Oh yeah, I mean, because now it goes back to Boston. But it's like for me,
Jaylen Brown. I don't know what possesses this man. Sometimes, like he can't dribble left. It's like it's not even a secret. Everybody knows he can't dribble left, and somehow he still drops 25 to 30 points a game. I don't know how he does
it. I mean, I'll say it like this. I think that they lost on Wednesday just to get the series to go back to New York.
I think Tatum got hurt and inspired Boston. Now Porzingis is 100%. Either he's got AIDS or he's sick with COVID or whatever it's called. I don't know, long COVID or AIDS. It's one of the two. It's 100% either. It's either long COVID is what they're calling it. Long COVID, which is like extended COVID or some crap like that. So it's either that or he got AIDS. It's one of the two.
Good God. We went from one extreme to a whole nother extreme.
It's 2 very different things, but it's one of the 2 of them.
The fact that you said that he had AIDS.
Oh, no. I honestly, before I even heard long COVID existed, I thought he had AIDS.
I'm not even gonna ask. That's insane. We went.
Remember, he missed 2 months sick. He missed almost 2 months sick, right? And then he came back and he was still having the effects. And they said it was something from Fun Times. So yeah.
So you think we're gonna probably get a? Let me stop. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't.
You never know. You never know. Anyways,
So you think he's been in the Playboy Mansion, like another basketball player that was very famous?
do I think he got a little magic in him? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it like that. Does he have a little magic? Does he? I'm just gonna leave it like that because I can't. You know what?
I hope New York doesn't blow it, but if they lose tomorrow, they're blowing it. I have zero faith in New York in a Game 7.
So the Oilers, they advanced to the Eastern Conference Final.
The Western Conference Final. I still got Dallas.
Final. Yeah. Congratulations to the Oilers. There's still a Canadian team in it. Right now, it's looking like the Maple Leafs might blow it, and it's looking like Dallas is about to send the Jets home packing as well. So there is still one Canadian team in there.
I'm gonna say Dallas sends both Canadian teams home.
Really? Wait, so I'm trying to think about playoff bracket. Who does?
So
the
they play
Oilers-
Winnipeg. They're playing Winnipeg right now. They're up 3-1, I think, on Winnipeg. I think they play tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, Mikko Rantanen is a man possessed right now.
The Capitals play. Yeah, they play Winnipeg at 9:30. The Hurricanes are tied with the Capitals 1-1 right now. Tomorrow,
Hurricanes advancing tonight, and Winnipeg, and Dallas advances tonight too. I think both teams advance tonight, and then Panthers advance tomorrow.
Yeah, Dallas will play the Oilers for a shot to go to the Stanley Cup final. And then on the other side, I mean, right now it's looking like I think we're headed towards the Carolina-Florida series. So I think, yeah, this is going to be a fun little conference finals, I think, in both basketball and in hockey.
I don't know if Carolina could beat Florida. Florida will just dirty hit all of Carolina's best players like how they do to everybody else.
So you think Florida can go back to back?
No, I still got Dallas. Now, speaking of Dallas, the NBA rigged the actual hell out of that draft lottery. Oh my god, I've never seen something so blatantly rigged like that in my life. Like, the Wemby draft, I knew the Spurs were getting Wemby anyway. It was so obvious that the Spurs were going to get him. They were blatantly tanking too, so it wasn't like, oh, they jumped to one, big surprise. Like, we already knew that was coming. Nah, the Dallas one, oh my god, that was so blatantly rigged.
Mm-hmm.
There was zero really realistic chance Dallas should have got that if ping pong balls worked the way they're supposed to. That's why I don't like it when they just open the envelopes and they say like the lottery happens behind closed doors, blah blah blah. That's BS. That's the easiest way to rig it. Like Dallas had no business getting that number one pick. You were in the play-in tournament. You won a coin flip against Chicago to get to the 11 spot, 12 spot or whatever, and then you just jump up. Like, that's some BS there. And now you go get them Cooper Flag after they did Luka, and they gave Luka to LA to save the Lakers franchise.
So they're basically about to draft Cooper Flag, who doesn't even have the same vertical jump as Desmond Watson.
No, it's not Cooper Flag that doesn't have the vertical jump. That's Johnny Broom.
Oh, but wait.
Yeah.
But his was... Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, wasn't Cooper Flag's like very disappointing as well?
Yeah, Cooper Flag was disappointing, but he wasn't that bad.
Oh. Just a white boy that can shoot. But again, white man can't jump. It's a movie title. I'm not being racist. I'm just being honest. But it also is a movie title. But I'm also being honest.
I would say though also the Giannis sweepstakes are going to be very interesting this offseason because we know he's getting traded. It's going to be more to a matter of who. Like, I think Golden State's in a very interesting spot this offseason because you have to consider the fact I think Curry might ask out. Because Curry got a house in Florida. Curry wants to come to Florida, then can't really stop him if he wants to go somewhere else to try to win a ring. Because I don't think Golden State, as currently constructed, could win a ring. So you go to now the question of, does Golden State mortgage everything for Giannis to try to keep Curry, to go make one last run with Curry? Or do you trade Curry, get assets, and start the rebuild?
That's tough because it's like you can't find a better. You'll never find a better marksman than Curry. You never will. But then it's also, the thought of Steph Curry playing in basketball in Florida. I mean, hey, if you're a Florida resident like Ace and I both, that sounds fantastic. And I would
if Steph Curry is available, I'm saying Orlando trade everybody. That's not named Paulo or Franz for Steph. But then you have the stuff where it's like the Giannis sweepstakes comes up where now there's talks of potentially him going to team up with Wemby in San Antonio if they trade number 2 for him, or the other like Houston Rockets or the Golden States, whatever. And then you have the dark horse teams like New York teams. Like if the Knicks blow this game of this series, right, to the Celtics, they can easily go and say, all right, we'll give you Cat, we'll give you Anunoby, and give us Giannis or something like that, right? Or you could see Chicago saying, we need a franchise guy. We haven't had a franchise guy since MJ. Like a true franchise guy. So do you go and you send the house for Giannis? I think the best, like the sneakiest, most unstoppable duo would be like Trae Young and Giannis if Atlanta were to say F it and send Risa Shea, who was the number 1 pick last year, and Jalen Johnson for Giannis. Which could happen if they say, okay, well, we're stuck in mediocrity right now, but we don't want to give up our franchise guy in Trae and go into a rebuild. Well, Trae and Giannis is a hell of a duo, so those are your probably biggest options for him. Or the Raptors. Now, the issue with the Raptors is the Hawks are trying to poach their GM, their president, Masai Ujiri, who built the championship Raptors. They're trying to poach him. So now, if the Hawks poach him, I can see easily Giannis going to Atlanta. But I can see also the Raptors somehow making a move for Giannis because the Raptors wanted Giannis back when Ujiri was there back in 2013, but the Bucks jumped them for him.
Right. Huh. The only thing I was gonna say, I think with that, we can go ahead and just slide on over.
Wrap it up.
In closing, I just gotta say this.
Don't you dare hire the people and get out.
Please, for the love of God, do not make this the next president. For the love of God, do not.
Bro, not even like her political beliefs is a reason to not hire her. Just like her face alone should be a reason not to hire her. Like the PR. Think about the publicity.
We don't need a MAGA plant. We don't need someone with a bad weave that's wearing an obvious wig with white folks implants.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. Like, not to be offensive or anything, bro. Like, she looked like she did some hard drugs. Like, she did some really hard drugs. Like, that face, that looks like somebody who did really hard stuff. Like, I ain't even want to be offensive like that, but I'm like, saying that as I see it, bro. And then say, just because I said something doesn't mean I meant it. What?
They say cocaine ruins lives. They say cocaine ruins lives.
I know drugs when I see that is a lady with a done drugs.
I'm telling you. But don't ruin it.
That being said, everybody, thank you for watching tonight's episode of the Running Good Podcast. Shout out all 42 of you who are watching. Shout out King Him for the comments, I guess. Real one there. I have no idea who you are on Twitter, but that's cool. Who knows? Maybe semifinals wrap up tomorrow, or they could be having Game 7s. I hope we get one Game 7 at least. Game 7s are always the best. Whether in hockey or basketball, we need a Game 7. I speak for everybody.
Sasser, dude.
Hey, that Sasser fan base is crazy. We need Sasser back. Sasser's been MIA the whole season.
I know, man. We're 7 episodes in? We need him back, dude.
Bro's been ducking. He got onto the intro and he started ducking us like everybody was on the old intro.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nah, he's not ducking. He's been busy with life. I get it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, everyone, thank you for watching tonight's episode. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, unless something comes up. You never know. Stay safe, stay blessed. Deuces.